Hey, welcome back to another... Wait, this isn't Dandy's World. Okay, so, as you're probably aware, I am a big fan of Dandy's World. Shocker, I know. And being as popular as it is, it's only natural for a lot of clones of the game to pop up, trying to reach a similar audience as it. One that always stuck out to me was one called Dolly's Factory. I've generally heard positive things about it, but I was always hesitant to give it a try because of my bias towards Dandy's World. I try to be a glass half full type of person when reviewing games, so I do realize it's kind of unfair to judge the game purely because it's a clone, quote unquote. So, I decided I would fix this bias of mine and give Dolly's Factory a shot, give my honest thoughts, and judge it on its own merits. Do note that just because I try to be positive when reviewing games, that doesn't mean I won't critique things. I will point out when I think things need improvement. Of course, there will also still be comparisons to Dandy's World. That's only natural since the games are incredibly similar. But I will try to be reasonable when making comparisons instead of just saying Dandy's World did it better, and leaving it at that. This video will be split into two segments. The first will be the gameplay of me and my friends playing for the first time, of course, cut to include the more interesting bits. And at the end, I'll give a review of the game. Use timestamps if you want to skip the gameplay and get right to the review. Sounds good? Okay, good. Let's begin.
Yeah, we can just join a private server. I'm pretty sure 6 people is enough. If it's Dandy's World inspired, they probably won't fucking kill us to have like a 6-player lobby. Choose your plushie, and no images are here. I guess it's just my computer loading it in. Hold on.
That's a great start. Oh no, mine has images, like immediately.
Yeah, it must just be struggling to load for you.
I can't see them. Oh.
The left one is a bunny and the right one is a dog.
I don't know who I picked, but it picked. This is a great start, guys. Hold on, let me restart.
Yeah, I think it's definitely just a personal, like, it loaded for me when I first started up the game too, so I think it's just a thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna judge the games on the grounds of my computer shut the bed, you know.
There we go, I've loaded.
They look so scary, bro. There we go. There we go. No, that's better. That's better.
Hello. This is gonna get confusing real quick, I imagine. Anyway, instead of elevators...
Oh, it's a train!
We get on a train.
I love trains.
Dial would be losing his shit right now.
Let's go, gang.
Right.
Island gang.
You can just walk in and out, and I really like that for some reason.
Chair.
Charm.
Can you see everyone?
There is a guy.
Right there.
What is that thing?
Why are they just standing there?
Is that Cinnabon?
What the fuck is that
I think that's Cinnabon.
Yeah, that's the research.
Wait, why did you alert her?
A black hole, that's the research.
Hold on, I need my research.
Oh.
Wait, is this fucking Dead by Daylight? You can drop pallets.
Wait, you can? That's crazy. Bro, Felicia
I got a
is
security blanket.
Felicia. This is the wrong character. The Cinnabon is stuck here.
She's camping.
She's camping. What do we
camping.
do?
Jen.
Oh,
Hey,
I thought no one was there. Go guys, you can do it. I'm giving you a Shelly buff. Okay, we have to get to the train.
Hey, make your way to elevator.
Okay, I really like how the
we're
start
getting
of the panic
because
mode
it's scary
equivalent
as
is the train whistle going off. That goes kind of hard.
So
cool.
Look at this! Dexter!
Plushy tea.
Hi, Dexter.
It's the Bay Harbor cellar.
It's the Bay
I'm
Harbor.
too broke. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, the music. Actual.
I had to turn up the volume because the game is really quiet, but the music is pretty good. Ow!
Train broke down.
Train broke down.
Hello.
Okay, this is different.
They'll dig right to you when you pick up an item. Oh my
Bobette?
god.
Get the fuck on the train.
We fixed it, let's go,
I kind of like
run.
the event of the train breaking down though. This is
That's
The train
cool.
breaking down is really fucking
And
cool.
generally,
Yeah, that's a neat
this
idea.
just being like different level than usual is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if Danny says something where like the elevator broke down and you had to fix it, that could be pretty peak.
Oh yeah, this is the. Yeah.
He's got a gun.
He's
gonna
got Blakey.
Shoot us!
Bro, he has
I'm
a
doing the
gun?
machine.
He has...
Yes, he has a Blakey.
Careful, guys. He's heading towards you.
Scraps and Goob got serious.
They're not screwing around anymore.
Yeah.
You don't want to see them
I
infuriated.
am a little bit.
Don't come to Dandy's tomorrow type stuff.
Yeah, don't come to Garden View tomorrow. Look at it.
No. Bomb.
Bomb.
He's been
I
bombed.
bombed him.
Touched him.
Oh my god.
I
Yes,
put
there.
bombs in his belongings.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Dang.
Guys.
Yeah.
Fucking boss intro.
Are we fucked?
What is that?
Oh.
That's a jellyfish.
Jen, come
That is
here.
a Tesla coil.
Oh my
That's
god.
a boss
I
fight.
trust
Yeah.
you.
Holy shit.
With the bomb.
That's a main. That's a
Okay,
main down there.
That is, yeah.
Reject Jelly Bell.
Couldn't
I've done some
tell.
armor.
Okay, I'm in.
There's a bitch here.
Hello.
A tentacle?
Oh, she smacked me! Technical!
Oh my god.
She's smacking us! Keep moving! Is it getting
Yeah.
wet? What the fuck is happening? Oh!
I'm a
Ow.
dog.
I am
Ow.
almost
Odd
dead.
job.
Holy shit!
Oh!
Go.
Oh! What the fuck?
There's a tentacle in it!
Bro, camping
Going
the
camping, guys.
entrance.
Bro.
What the fluff kit?
Plushy tea.
I'm gonna
plushy
get the
tea.
fluff kit and see what it does.
Oh,
The fluff. Oh wait, no, the fluff kit is a med. Fluff kit is a med.
Oh, cool.
Oh! Well then,
There we go.
you need it.
Yeah, I can wait. I drop.
Yeah. I got a security
Take
blanket.
There's a guy like right there.
Who is that? He looks really weird. Who is
Dog
that?
day.
Ow! It's Dog Day.
It's Dog
He's
Day.
so
It's dog
sad.
day, and he's
Dog day.
sad. I love the collective brain cell of sit on chair.
Yeah, I know. Right? Sit on chair. Can I not drop my bombs? I want to make inventory space.
You can
You can
sell
sell
them to the
them.
guy, pick them up,
does
and then like
static
give them to
shock do?
Dexter.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, who's that? Why
That
is
is a
it-
name.
I think that.
are they red?
Ew. What happened to them?
Yeah.
No wonder they're
What the fuck are-
rejected.
What happened to them? What the fuck? Why would you do that while we were standing right there?
She got ink done.
I'm just looking at a fucking isopod of a thing.
What the fuck is that? Is that a
Just
slug?
Wait longer!
No, that's Felicia. Oh my god.
That is the most fucked up looking sheep I've ever seen. It looks like a
Come back,
fucking
come
bed
back.
bug.
Guys, stop peeking. Just let her go.
Yeah, don't peek.
The accident happened like 2 years ago. You guys need to let it go.
By the way, Jinx's whole thing, which is really cool to me, is creating fake items.
That's
Oh.
cool.
Is that
That
Roxanne
sheep
Wolf?
is so scuttly.
Roxanne
what
Wall. Okay. Oh yeah, there is a Cinnabon here,
Buddy.
isn't there?
There's Buddy as well.
Oh! Jesus Christ!
Oh my-
Ooh, more security blankets? Sign me up. Hold on.
the fucking armored up.
Oh fuck.
I'm putting my fucking
I
armor up.
have-
Oh,
Like,
Oh.
there's gotta be logic with it.
Oh,
wait,
hold on.
is it a different boss?
different. This is different.
It's not like that one
Another
game
boss.
Bunny and
Is it
I
the
played
Kool-Aid
where
Man?
the
Oh,
boss
it's the
was the
Kool-Aid
same.
Man.
Oh my god, it's the Kool-Aid Man!
It's the fucking
Bro, that's a
Kool-Aid
fucking
Man.
Root from Left 4 Dead. What the fuck?
I like to
Throwing
know.
shit?
I like to know that these
Coincidence.
walls say breakable on them, so
Throw a
let's be
pellet.
careful. He might break those.
He's breaking pellets and walls.
Dead by bro,
This man
he's a
plays
Dead by Daylight. He's a Dead by Daylight killer.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, there's another one that startled the crap out of me. That's-
God fucking.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. This dude keeps appearing everywhere. I can't handle him.
Bring him through here. There's a pallet.
Actually, one
I
thing
dropped
that
the pallet on his ass.
Is you should be able to go under the.
Is that Foxy FNAF? Hold on. Is that...
I did see a fox like in the shops.
He was red. It's Foxy. It's Foxy FNAF. That's crazy. Where is the last machine though? Oh, there it is. We primed. We're so dandy. I hope in the Easter event they rework Exen, honestly, to do that. Like to be an
He's
active.
boring. Dexter's boring.
Okay, we can buy stuff. He hasn't done anything.
Dexter is boring. Oh, I thought you were talking about Dexter's the guy. I just realized. Oh, I thought you were talking about
Is that
Exen for a
yes.
second when you said he's boring because we were just talking about Exen's ability, and then we were just like Dexter's boring. Like, who's Dexter? I thought we were talking about Exen.
Oh,
Who the fuck is Dexter?
Is that his real
Oh, it's
name?
the-
It's annoying when this fucking Doc Day, who's so sad, is here. Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Oh my god.
I'm just gonna like security banking
Oh,
myself.
go.
I took a ton
you
of
for the
damage
research.
just because I wanted that research.
Right?
Roger gameplay. Oh no!
If you have a shield that's made only from security blanket and your shield breaks, is it a security blanket breach?
It is.
oh.
A drop confirmed it.
And there's a little
Also, yeah,
blobs
like,
that
sound
give
as
you.
well.
Oh, ow, ow, my ass. Bro, I'm trying to be sneaky, but my ass is too voluptuous. It keeps alerting the fucking rejects. For some reason, seeing these like cute characters doing the machines gives like the same energy as like forcing pals in Pal Worlds to work in your factory. It's like, get back to work! I said get back to work, blood.
Oh, guys, get the fuck off the forklift.
No.
You are a
Look
bunch
at
of
you running on 4 legs. Look at you running on 4 legs over there. Fucking uncivilized looking.
Yeah,
at.
that's my ability.
Bro.
Bro!
Pull you by the ears.
Are you trying to spin? Don't forget, you're the minority here. You're the oppressed. You can't just spin it on
Yeah,
us.
Yeah, well, guess what?
You're getting
Well,
ridiculous.
guess what?
You
Because
are
I'm the
Fred.
minority,
Stop
I'm
it.
cancelling you. I'm cancelling. Your YouTube's gone. Gone. That's it. No more Danny's World videos anymore.
You know what? You know what, Jensen? You know what, Jensen? After you canceled me, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
I ain't taking that from someone whose poos look like peas. Fucking bunny looking
Get a
at.
fireball. Just
okay. This might seem really,
It might
like,
seem
really weird to
I'm
say.
proud to
Yeah.
say.
I don't know why, but Cinnabon feels really like, she feels very, like, cup like you could make a teacuppable.
Oh,
Like, you
teacup.
could make your design into a teacup really easily.
What? That is an oddly specific thing, but I think I get it.
So, time for the review. I was pleasantly surprised by this game. I came into it not expecting much, just like a cheap knockoff or something, but it has a lot of interesting stuff here that Dandy's World doesn't. It actually feels different to Dandy's World, even though they have a similar gameplay loop. In Dolly's factory, instead of tunes, all the characters are plushies, and instead of twisteds, we have the rejects. They work as you expect, I just wanted to get the terminology straight. Instead of an elevator, you have a train. So, I would love this game already. You go from zone to zone, and you do machines to, I think, maybe make plushies? And then, when all the machines are done, panic mode starts and you have to make it back to the train as fast as you can to go to the next zone. Even though the games are incredibly similar, the balancing in Dolly's factory seems structured differently to Dandy's World. The game almost expects you to go further than Dandy's World. Characters have a lot more HP and abilities are generally a lot stronger. Like, for example, they have a healer who works like Sprout and Cosmo where you heal a targeted ally, but it doesn't cost anything, so it's just an unconditional heal on a short cooldown, which would be absolutely overpowered in Dandy's World, but in this game it feels appropriate. So already, this game felt very different to Dandy's World, so that's very good. I personally prefer Dandy's slightly more challenging approach where resources are more scarce, but Dolly's approach is also incredibly valid, and I can see many people preferring that over how Dandy handles it. It's a lot more casual than Dandy's World, so it's a lot easier to get into. Perhaps, less skilled individuals will enjoy it more. I'll go over some of the other stuff I liked first, to start off on a positive note. I like the characters. I didn't unlock everyone, but I got some of them, and overall their designs are pretty cool. My favorite was Coda by far. The machines are also pretty interesting. They work almost identically to the ones in Dandy's World, except for one major change. They have 2 cranks instead of 1 valve, which means 2 people can work on one machine at a time, and that might not sound like a big deal, but it's a game changer to me. This game's machines feel really cool, and working together with someone else feels really fun compared to doing it on your own in Dandy's World. It's a small change, but it really does make you feel like you're a team, and I was a big fan of it. This single-handedly made me wish we got double machines in Dandy's World. They'd be such a huge indirect buff to Prussia too, so it makes me want them even more now. The game also has 3 unique boss fight stages. 2 of them, which are for Reject Coda and Jelly Bell, spawn on multiples of 5, with it being seemingly random which one spawns first, while another one is Reject Doug, which seems to be random, I think? The boss fights were awesome. It helps break up the monotony of the gameplay. A big complaint a lot of games like Dandy's World, and even Dandy's World itself gets, is that the gameplay gets stale, and I agree, so I like the boss fights to keep things fresh as you go down. Coda's boss fight is the most straightforward. You spawn on the floor with Coda on it, and he's a much stronger enemy. You have to finish machines to finish the floor. When the floor reaches the halfway point, he becomes angered and starts smashing the walls around the map, which opens up a lot of pathways. This is very much reminiscent of Dial's floor, except it's not optional. Every 10 floors you have to go against him. I like it, although Coda doesn't feel nearly as threatening as he should be. He's rather easy to escape, but that's okay. Jelly Bell's fight is... I'll go over it in the stuff I didn't like section. Doug's fight is the simplest, but most enjoyable for me. The train breaks down, and you have to run around the map collecting train parts to fix it and move on. The specific event is so cool, and I love it. Instead of doing machines, you have to run around and collect the train pieces, which means the characters with faster movement speed get to shine a lot more. In Dandy's World, characters with fast movement speed but slow extraction are often just delegated to being distractors, because let's be real, what else is there for them to do? Treadmills, I guess, but only a third of machines in late runs spawn as treadmills. The survivalist role, as distractor deniers like to call it, isn't really that valuable in Dandy's World because it just doesn't help the team unless you distract. Like, sure, you can use Goop to extract all you want, I'm not condoning you for doing so, but like, you'd get way more mileage out of swapping for a proper extractor. But in Dolly's factory, you get to use your speed more to help the team outside of keeping the rejects busy. Speed characters are the saving grace in that entire zone, instead of just finishing 1 or 2 machines that happen to be treadmills and twiddling your thumbs the rest of the way. All thanks to this one event that puts speedy plushies at the forefront. In Dolly's factory, there doesn't seem to be a distraction meta. I'm not sure if it's because the game is balanced around it not being possible, or if the fanbase is just not as obsessed with doing it as the Dandy's World fandom, but as someone who's not a big fan of distracting, I really like it. And even without distractors, speedy characters with slow extraction still get to shine thanks to Doug's zone, as I mentioned earlier. If distraction wasn't possible in Dandy's, all the high speed, low extraction tunes would really fall off in usefulness and would be basically delegated as the selfish choices you pick for survivability over doing anything practical. Unless their ability can help the team, so Blood and Pebble might see some play as saviors, but considering how much they'd slow down the runs, I doubt it'd be viable outside of casual play. But in Dolly's factory, speed characters get to shine through Doug's fight. Doug's zone is a 10 out of 10, and I hope Dandy's World adds something like this in the future. As someone who really enjoys playing Extractor Blood, it would be really cool to have something else to do outside of the rare treadmill. Another aspect of the game I liked were the maps. Overall, they're pretty neat, and one aspect I really loved about all of them were the lifts the maps had to reach higher elevations. It's really cool, and the fact you can use them to escape the rejects that are chasing you is also really fun, and it adds a cool dynamic aspect to the game. It makes me wish Dandy's World added some more dynamic aspects to the map, maybe like switches you can flip to change which doors are open or not, or elevators like in Dolly's. Overall, even without the lifts, the maps are also a lot more vertical than in Dandy's World. Dandy's World often just has maps with stairs to a slightly higher elevation and that's it. The most extreme elevation change they've done was the Halloween map's elevators being so high up, but we've never seen anything like it since. But in Dolly's factory, there's catwalks, platforms, and other elevated areas you can get into and jump down from as well. And more often than not, machines can spawn there too, like this one machine spot where it's on top of these lockers and you have to climb up and go around these stacked benches. It's really cool. Both Dandy's World and this game are inspired by Dead by Daylight, and Dolly's Factory even brought more aspects from DBD into it than Dandy's World. There are the pallets, which is super cool. Just like DBD, you can pull them down to block the path of the killer, or in this case, the rejects, and if you time it just right, you can even stun them. I really like the inclusion of the pallets. It makes escaping the rejects a lot more forgiving, especially on slower characters like Buddy, and a lot of the rejects are really fast, so this is very handy. And when a pallet is down, that's not the end of it. When a pallet is down, you can also interact with it to reset it so it can be used again, just like the Any Means Necessary perk in DBD. If you play Dolly's Factory, be sure to reset pallets for your teammates when you get the chance. And there's other stuff to help with survivability outside of the pallets. This game also has a shield mechanic, where certain items like the security blanket can give you shields that basically act like temporary hit points. I quite like the shields, nothing much else to say about it, they're cool. The trinkets, or charms as they're called in Dolly's, were also something I enjoyed a lot. They have levels, and you have to complete floors with them equipped to upgrade them to their fullest power. I really like this system. Even though it's not much, it added that little bit of progression that really scratches my completionist brain. The trinkets also don't seem afraid to be incredibly niche. In Dandy's World, the trinkets can be at least loosely equipped onto everyone and get value, and when Quell tried to branch out and make Toy Kid only work for tunes with ring abilities, the community freaked out for some reason. But I'm personally a big fan of niche trinkets. I'd rather have niche trinkets that can be used well by one or two tunes than one general one that is used poorly by everyone. Queenie can make great use out of the extra honey charm that increases her slow debuff, for example. It was tons of fun. This game also has 3 trinket slots, which is something a lot of people have been asking for in Dandy's World, and while I'm not a big fan of 3 trinket slots for Dandy's World and I would rather us get a completely different system, I think 3 slots works well for Dolly's Factory. They don't have an abundance of charms yet, which helps prevent the situation I brought up where people will just min-max their stats, and with the interesting niche trinkets there's plenty of variety for builds. Another thing I really liked is the music. It really adds a lot to the game. There's chase tracks, Panic Mode has a soundtrack, and even some of the rejects have special chase music like Coda. Overall, I think the music is great, although the Panic Mode one could be a little longer since there's an awkward silence when it ends and there's still time to get back. Make it line up better and it's goated. Music is something I've been asking to get added to Dandy's World for forever now, so I love that Dolly's Factory got the music already on lock, and sounding so good too. When starting Dolly's Factory, you have the choice between Cinnabon and Buddy. Cinnabon is a plushie that focuses more on survivability and mobility, while Buddy focuses more on completing machines. Sound familiar? They're pretty one-to-one with Poppy and Buxton, so I feel like this is one of those warranted moments where I can compare the two games. Cinnabon and Poppy even have matching bows, look. So, compared to Dandy's World, how do these starters fare? Oh my god, it's night and day. First, let's talk Cinnabon and how she compares to Poppy. Cinnabon has an active ability, and when you press it, she goes on all fours and moves way faster for a few seconds. Compared to Poppy, I love Cinnabon leagues more. The speed boost is so fun, and it actually feels interactive, unlike Poppy. Poppy is kind of a joke in the Dandy's World fandom. Her only ability is a speed boost when you're hit, but when you're hit, the Twisted is stunned anyway, so it's literally just training wheels for new players, and has no real use outside of that. Cinnabon is cool because she can still serve as training wheels in a way. The player can use her ability to help them escape, but she also can just use the ability in any situation she desires, so it feels a lot more fun and is actually useful, unlike Poppy. Buddy is also pretty similar to Buxton. Although Buxton isn't bad, Buxton's actually a really good tune. His ability is just team dependent, which makes him inconsistent. Buddy has an active that when he uses it, the ability fills up a chunk on its completion instantly, kind of like X's ability, but on a cooldown. Buddy just plays a lot better than Buxton in my opinion. His ability is consistent and not team reliant, and you can get value out of him even when playing solo. Buxton's value is dependent on you having a good team to play with, and for a new player who might not have friends who play the game or might not have joined the Discord to find groups, their mileage may vary. Not to mention, Discord runs often have really ridiculous floor requirements that are just not realistic for any new player to achieve. So Dandy's World has one starter who's basically just training wheels and becomes useless, and another starter who's actually pretty good, but actual new players may struggle to get value out of him, and he'd probably be better off as a regular tune for veterans. So, compared to Dandy's World, I actually like the starters way more. This feature wasn't added when I first played, but when making this video they also added a train upgrading system, where the team can contribute stuffing and upgrade their train to receive cool buffs. I really enjoyed this part of the game as well. Having everyone contribute money towards a shared goal feels nice in a team game, and the buffs are pretty nifty, although some of them are quite overpowered. But as I mentioned earlier, Dolly's Factory's balancing allows for these perks to not feel too strong, since the game expects you to go much further and they give you more tools to be more powerful. So yeah, that was the stuff I liked. Now to the stuff I wasn't a big fan of. Although the character designs are great, I'm having a much harder time learning about them than I did in Dandy's World. Maybe having some character cards around the map so you can learn more about these guys would be cool, since it's a little hard to get a read on what each character's thing is, you know? When I booted up Dandy's World for the first time and played a few rounds, I got a pretty good idea what most tunes were like right off the bat, by exploring the maps, reading the character cards, and also simply looking at their designs. I do genuinely think Dandy's World does a really great job at showing us who everyone is like really well. Even some characters have abilities that fit their theme. Like, for example, even if you can tell Sprout is a baker based on his design alone, looking at his ability will tell you everything you need to know. Overprotective and baked sweets. If that's not enough for you, then when you see Sprout's floor, you'll definitely know his deal immediately. Some stuff that I did pick up on Dolly's Factory was that Koda's the strong silent type, Queenie has this sort of pretentious royal vibes, but I think she also bakes? Cinnabon's whole thing is gotta go fast, but Buddy, for example, I'm still not sure what he is outside of nice. I didn't want to have to resort to the wiki to get to know these little goobers, but oh well. This may sound contradictory coming from me, the guy who loves reading wikis, but there's a difference between exploring a wiki to understand a character in and out by choice compared to having to use the wiki to know the basic surface level stuff about a character. I think the basic stuff about a character should be obvious without a wiki, and if you like to know more about them, that's when the wiki is a reasonable expectation. The game as well is very janky. Overall, I think the rejects are just not as polished as Dandy's World's Twisted's, and for the main enemies in your game about surviving said enemies, that's not very good. Their patrol cycles are incredibly repetitive, they often linger around the same area for an extremely long time just to go back and forth the same couple of spots, and luring them away without getting hit is often really hard because of their janky hitboxes. Not saying the Twisteds can't be frustrating either, they do have their moments, but the rejects had a lot more of those moments. Like, a lot. I think what makes them feel a bit unfinished too is the fact that they barely idle. I've noticed while playing, a lot of the time they just go to a spot and immediately start moving again. In Dandy's World, the Twisteds stop for a few seconds when they reach a spot they're going to, which gives you time to breathe and also makes it so they don't patrol as fast, the exception being Flutter, of course. But here, the rejects almost all patrol like Flutter, which makes them incredibly frustrating to avoid. They seem like they're supposed to idle, which they do sometimes, but a lot of the time they just skip that part for some reason. I hope this bug is on the devs' radar. They also get stuck quite a lot. There's this one map with the water moat, and they often just fall in there and get stuck, which is convenient, but it's definitely not intentional. And all these flaws I just listed of the game's main enemies come to a head during Jellybell's fight. Oh my god, Jellybell's fight. The other two boss fights ranged from good to absolute perfection, but honestly, Jellybell's fight is just frustrating. The concept is simple. You have to enter the map and light up these squirrels to, electrocute her to death, I think. And the idea is there, but the execution is just ugh. Not only is the map minuscule, which means all the rejects clump together, which is something even Dandy's World maps are guilty of, like Shelly's room, you also have very few places to hide. The map is structured like an X with platforms on each end and one in the middle. Each platform only has one island with a pallet. One! Your only way to access other islands, which you have to because there aren't enough coils in the starting islands, is to move through the center since all the bridges connect to it, and the rejects are almost always hanging out around the bridges. And if you get spotted, there's barely any places to run. The map is tiny, in later zones you get tons of rejects in one go, so you just get a ton of them spotting you at once, and on top of that, as the floor goes on, the water in the center rises up and makes it so if you walk there, you are slowed. So leaving your island when you're getting chased is a death sentence, but there's only one pallet! Not to mention Jellybell herself, whose mechanic is that she spawns these tentacles like Sprout, but unlike Sprout, it's not telegraphed at all. They just appear and hit you in less than a second, so they're nigh undodgeable unless you're playing a really fast plushie or can react really fast. I found the most success in this zone by just face tanking everything. It's basically no use trying to sneak around, so you better stock up on security blankets or healing items. But yeah, I hope they tweak this fight. The concept is interesting, but it's the map. The map is so bad. And I think they could benefit from adding a couple more bridges that connect the outside platforms directly to each other, and more hiding spots and pallets to keep us safe. Also, make Jellybell's tentacles more telegraphed so you know they're coming. Having them chip away at your shields when you can't even react is just annoying, not challenging. Another thing is the amount of enemies. Games like Dandy's World are already notorious for getting stale really quickly, but I noticed this was really exasperated in Dolly's factory because there's only 6 rejects that spawn naturally. Cinnabon, Buddy, Thim, Zora, Jinx, and Felicia. Coda, Doug, and Jellybell are the bosses that only spawn sometimes, and for some reason each boss also comes with their own regular reject that only spawns on their floor, so Queenie, Rocky, and Triton are not in the base rotation and they only spawn on those boss floors. That, paired with the fact that the game expects you to go further than Dandy's World and do way more floors than in Dandy's, it just leads to runs getting boring very quickly. There's just no variety in the rejects, since there's so little of them, and even the ones with interesting mechanics appear so often you end up getting bored of them too. I do get, in a game like this, the number of enemies you get are directly tied to how many playable characters there are, since the whole thing is the enemies are the characters but corrupted. But even at launch, Dandy's World had a lot more tunes, and subsequently a lot more twisteds, so I feel like this game should prioritize making some new enemies. I'd say I'd even take them releasing a bunch of rejects without a playable equivalent and let them serve as teases for future characters to come to the shop, but yeah. Overall, Dolly's Factory is pretty good. I had a good time playing it, and I think I'd call myself a fan now. I'll definitely put it into my rotation of games. The character designs are charming, and the gameplay is different enough to Dandy's World that it justifies its existence very easily. There are some flaws, but really, every game has flaws. Even though I love praising Dandy's World, you're no stranger that I complain about it almost as much. But thankfully, the flaws are not anything unfixable. The game can, and definitely will, improve, and I'm looking forward to seeing what future updates have to offer. Anyway, that was my review of Dolly's Factory. Have you tried it? If so, what did you think of it? Let me know in the comments. I love to read everyone's takes as long as everyone is respectful to the game and the devs. If you liked the video, be sure to like it, and subscribe as well if you'd like to see more content from me. That would be very appreciated if you did. Anyway, thanks for listening to me yap about Dolly's Factory. Goodbye!